All right, we're going to do something a little different today. We're about to be a fly on the wall inside a private meeting of self-storage owners. Now, these folks are dealing with a problem that so many small businesses are facing, and we're going to listen in to find out how they plan to win against the giants.
You know, this is the nightmare scenario, isn't it? You've poured your heart and soul into your business, you serve your local community, and then you see the construction signs go up. A massive, shiny new competitor is moving in right across the street. So, is it game over? Well, not even close.
And that's what we're digging into here. We've got an exclusive look at their strategy session, and we're pulling out the playbook, the new rules for how a local business can not just survive, but actually thrive.
So let's set the scene. The conversation kicks off with stories from owners all over, from Alabama to California, and they're all saying the same thing. U-Haul is building one of their new mega facilities nearby, and it's changing everything. And listen to this quote from one of the owners. It just makes the threat so tangible. He doesn't just say it's a new building. He calls it a 3-story steel structure packed with 1,000 storage pods. I mean, the scale of it is just staggering. So, first rule of competition, right? You have to know your enemy. The group quickly figured out that to stand the chance, they had to break down exactly what this new giant was doing. They needed to decode the playbook.
And here's what they uncovered. This isn't just about building bigger storage units. No, this is a very specific, very calculated plan. They're building these huge, multi-story centers focused on their U-Box containers, especially in areas with lots of growth or military bases. These are all-in-one hubs.
And this is the real kicker. This whole strategy isn't really about your neighbor who needs to store some furniture for a few months. By focusing on container storage, U-Haul's tapping into its massive national logistics network. They're going after the big fish, the high-value, long-distance movers.
But then, this is where the entire conversation pivots. An SEO expert named Calm logs into the meeting, and suddenly, the whole focus shifts. They stop talking about the physical threat of steel and concrete and start talking about the huge opportunity in the digital world.
And this right here, this is the core mindset shift. Yeah, the giant has scale and a ton of money. You can't compete with that. But you have something they can't buy. Genuine local authenticity. And the ability to absolutely own the local search results.
This is it. This is the key takeaway of the entire meeting. Let me say that again because it's so important. You can't outbuild them, but you can outrank them. The battle for local customers today is won and lost on Google.
Okay, so that's the big idea. But how do you actually do it? Well, Colm didn't just give them a theory. He gave them a clear, step-by-step playbook that any local business can use to start winning online, like today. He boiled it all down to these 4 pillars. And these aren't just good ideas. For a local business in 2026, these are the absolute must-dos. Let's walk through them.
First things first, your Google Business Profile, or GBP. We have to get one thing straight right now. Anyone who says the GBP is dead because of AI, well, they just don't know what they're talking about. Calm was clear. It is the most important source of data that Google's AI uses to recommend local businesses. It's more critical than ever.
So, what does mastering your GBP actually look like? It means doing these things relentlessly. Fill out every single part of your profile. Respond to every review, good or bad. And here's the game changer. Add new photos and, more importantly, videos every single week. He said almost nobody in this space is using video. That's a massive, wide-open opportunity.
At the end of the day, it really comes down to this. Every update, every photo, every review response is a signal you're sending to Google. And that signal says, hey, we're here, we're active, and we're a relevant, trusted part of this community.
All right, next up, we need to completely rethink what SEO even means. It's not just search engine optimization anymore. It's search everywhere optimization. Why? Because your customers aren't just typing into the Google search bar. They're asking for recommendations in local Facebook groups. They're looking for visual tours on YouTube and TikTok. You have to be where they are.
And to show up well everywhere, you need to build trust. Google actually has a standard for this they call EEAT. It's about proving your experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And on the more technical side, there's something called schema markup. Now, don't let the name scare you. Think of it like a digital name tag for your website that tells AI search engines, hey, this is a self-storage business, here's where it is, and here's what it offers. It just helps them understand and recommend you faster.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together. When you're a small local business going up against a giant in the age of AI, what's the winning move? It all comes down to one thing.
This is it. This is your superpower. Your ultimate weapon is authenticity. It's leaning into everything that makes you local and human. A giant corporation can't fake knowing the neighborhood. They can't fake being a real person. You can. That's how you win.
And if you're thinking, okay, but does this stuff really work? Just look at this number. 7. Businesses with complete, active, authentic Google profiles get 7 times more clicks than ones that are just sitting there, incomplete. That's not a small improvement. That is the difference between winning and losing.
So, we'll leave you with this to think about. In this new world of AI and search everywhere, is your business truly discoverable? Are you showing up everywhere your customers are actually looking? Because the answer to that question is going to decide who wins the local battle.